104.1 KRBE.
Let's go. Good morning.
The Roula and Ryan Show.
With Eric.
It's about to get all stupid up in here.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Featuring Special K.
Nobody asked you, Kevin.
And Sam.
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula.
Macaroni and cheese hot dog.
Ryan. I am the worst DJ ever. With Eric.
We're the champions of the world.
104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, Houston. It's Monday. Happy Monday. It's April 28th of 2025, and it's 6 o'clock on the dot with the gang, Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. Hello!
Yeah,
Hi.
April has flown by fast. It's 6:48. I want to take, maybe we could take calls sometime today about things you witness while watching your kids play sports with just adults acting like kids.
Oh,
I just saw
behaving badly?
Yeah, I was at a lacrosse tournament for my daughter in the Woodlands. Oh man, that was so hot. The
was
sun. Just like,
man.
I've had an umbrella in my car. Thank God I just brought that out there to cover the sun. But just like this one parent on our team, I'm like, if it's football or basketball, I know the rules. Baseball, but lacrosse, I'm not
I don't know the rules
the
either. I
best
have
at
no
it.
idea
I've been
what I'm
watching
looking
for
at.
years.
Yeah.
oh.
But I don't really know. And this guy was just yelling at the ref because I guess the girl got checked too hard or something. I don't know. But this guy's like, the ref's like 6'4". He's like, "You're gone."
Oh.
Got in his face. He's like, "Oh, whatever." This ref. I'm like, "Are we really, guys?
Yeah.
Our team's getting beat 13-2. Does it really matter?
Is
I mean,
it that necessary to...
Yeah, but if you got checked, that means you got
Misbehaved?
hit.
But it wasn't even that. I don't know.
I don't understand
I'm just used to
lacrosse. What does check mean?
It means you got illegally hit.
Yeah, your arms were extended or you
with
pushed
a
into them.
stick.
Okay.
Like girls lacrosse is a lot different than guys lacrosse.
Guys, they can like hack.
Guys, you can hack. Like like
You
take
can hit
your
each other?
stick and just like whack
What's the difference between
'em.
lacrosse and field hockey? When's it called lacrosse and when's it called field hockey?
hockey's like soccer
It's
with
a totally
a-
different sport.
Ice
Oh my
hockey.
gosh, yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Lacrosse, the stick is up vertically.
Okay.
Field hockey, the stick is down on the ground.
And it's
So
like a candy cane.
totally different. two stick.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. You're trying to catch the ball
lacrosse
in the
ball,
air.
yes.
Lacrosse. Okay,
Yeah.
got
And
it.
then
got it.
field hockey is bent down with a stick. It's kind of like hockey
Meets soccer in a
Yeah,
way. 'cause
yeah,
you're-
yeah.
outside.
Well, it's on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Field
Looks like it
hockey.
hurt your back.
Oh, absolutely. I tried out
I know,
for field
'cause
hockey.
I want a long
Bent
stick.
over the whole time?
Yeah, and I made it, and I was like, nah, I'm good. And then I did lacrosse, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Lacrosse is
I
fun.
liked guys lacrosse a lot better than girls, because girls, you can't hit each other.
But they were doing it.
You prefer
But
the
you
hitting.
like the hitting.
Well, because I grew up with a brother.
When you
and-
played soccer there, you could be breathe on each other and you fall down.
Right, I know.
Yeah,
Yellow card.
floppers. Floppers.
They're doing basketball too, so I can't.
Oh, yeah.
know.
Basketball's the worst where they ham it up.
Ice hockey, you get hit.
No, the ice
Oh,
hockey.
my God. You have
Ice
no
hockey,
teeth.
You get beat up.
Yeah.
Ice
and
hockey, you lose
football.
all your teeth. You have all fake teeth.
Exactly.
When they
I
take their
really get
gloves
hit.
off, that's when you know it's on.
Yes, and they try and pull the jersey like over their. I'm like, get him!
And the refs just watch it. They're waiting for you
I
to
love
hit
it. I love it. Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, we had the Nintendo system when we were playing Super Mario Brothers, and the other game we got was some cartridge that had all these sports. It had ice hockey. We had never played that. We don't know. But there was a time in the Nintendo game where it would give time for the fight.
Oh, yeah, it's the
It
best.
would give time
That
for
was
the
the
fight in the
best
Nintendo
time.
You keep
game.
hitting your buttons. You keep hitting really fast.
when they're fighting. I don't know. My thing is when somebody's getting creamed score-wise, I mean, really, what is the point? I mean, I think like maybe the last summer or the summer before that, Eric, I did an Instagram story from a baseball field where I could not take the other side's parents were being ridiculous. Here's my thing. These kids are like 8 years old. They are not going to go to the MLB draft tomorrow.
Oh, God.
My son's team was getting nailed like 21 to like 6. And those other parents, every time the other team was scoring a home run, was acting like it was the World Series Game 6.
Get that cowbell out.
And yeah, exactly. They had some crazy noisemakers. And I did a story of the noise behind me, like side-eyeing, like, we're not in the World Series. This game is way over. Everyone's hot and sweaty. Can we just finish this already?
Just get over with.
Nobody needs to be screaming like this over
Right.
this score. Nobody. This is not a dead tie. Dead heat tie.
The game said there's 2 games, and if you keep winning, you play the next day, and they got killed the 2 games. So I'm like, oh, well, at least Sunday we have off. And they go, oh, no, we're going to play an extra game at 9 a.m.
No.
Remember, this is also the Woodlands. We're down at Greenway Plaza. So I'm
You're
like,
like lovely.
I'm not going.
We're gonna let them practice,
My wife
guys.
had to get up at 6:30
Oh, my God.
and take them and their friend. And no, they only had 2 extras, so they got to play the whole game. They played the A team.
Okay.
Like the A team over there, it's like A and B team.
Yeah.
My daughter's on like the B team, so they're playing girls. Take photo. These girls look like they're 6'6".
Oh, my God.
Against them, and it was crazy.
Super tall.
They
and
got
lanky.
killed as well. I'm like, well, but that was fun. By the time you were done, I was waking up.
Oh
This
my
game's over
God.
at 10. I think I was waking up at 10.
Yeah, there's.
Is there something about like getting up early and seizing the day
Sounds
and
awful.
going out and doing things?
Why? We do that every day.
I know, but on the weekend it's fun. Like
No, it's not.
I
That's
was-
for old people.
Oh, come
If
on.
you're old,
honestly
if you're getting up at 6 a.m. on a
Well, no,
Saturday,
no,
Or
no.
if you have a
Sunday.
toddler.
Not at 6, but you
No,
know,
no.
like
If
by
you
like
choose
8
to, Sam, we're
If you
saying if
choose
you
to.
choose
I
to
do not choose this weekend.
on a day
Mike.
off to wake up at 6 a.m. No, not gonna
no,
be
I can
me.
push him to like 7:40.
how do you push him?
I just don't look at the baby monitor.
Oh, what do you
Yeah.
see?
You're wondering why you
I
slept
just-
so soundly and you realized the baby monitor's
Yeah,
off.
I know.
Oh no!
He's really good. He hasn't climbed out of his crib
I can't believe
yet.
he has 2 years old.
He's 2 and he's not climbed out.
Knock
Wow.
on wood. No.
Bounce. He doesn't bounce out. and
No,
jump
he
over.
doesn't even yell or anything. He just lays there with his stuffies. He has his books. Like, I
That's
got
good.
the perfect child. The second one's going to be.
I can't remember. I think
Take
it
you
was
for a ride.
And Harry, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
found
I
out.
was like,
A lot
That's
of hair
why-
on that baby.
oh my God.
That's
Well,
what
the
you
amount
have.
of reflux you
Reflux.
have is relative to how much hair is on the head of the child.
Tums I've been
But
popping.
I thought my daughter went to a bed at 2. I thought that's like around the time where they go to, you know.
It depends on how bad
From
you
a
need to push
crib
them
to
into
a
the
bed.
big kid bed. No.
Yeah.
It depends on when you
Can't
wanna
remember.
transfer them.
There's so much like research and all this crazy stuff.
Some people say,
Ryan,
Sam,
that-
as long as they're not jumping out, just keep them in there.
Exactly.
I would.
Exactly.
Unless you until you need it for the
Because then
next
you
one.
have to add in potty training during that time period. So there's like a lot of change. And then we're adding another baby.
Yeah.
So it's like if he's not jumping out of the crib and he's safe, he's happy, he asks to go to bed in his crib, we're keeping
You're
him
going to
in
see
his crib.
eyeballs. Wait till they can
Oh, yeah.
stare at you at 5:30 in the morning.
They start running.
Let's play.
Mama?
Your little pitter patter of feet
Mama?
going down the hall towards
Terrifying.
Roula, so you've had daughters and a son.
Yeah.
Is it true what they say that boys are harder to potty train?
They definitely take longer. The girls got it right away, it seems like. And every boy before him in his little age group that was trying to get potty trained, the moms were like, man, there's a struggle. Same thing with him. He was, I probably had the girls potty trained by like 2 to 2.5.
Really?
Yeah, he was like close to 4 almost, like
Yeah, most
3.5,
boys-
Oh,
I
wow.
think.
Seems like boys take a lot, like 4.
Yeah, I think it was like 3.5 to 4
Which is
until
funny
I knew that
because-
he was 100% like there.
Yeah.
Because I remember
It's
in his
actually-
little 2-year-old little pre-K class, the teacher goes, well, potty training's going well. And I go, wait, what? Y'all are doing what? Y'all are potty training? And she goes, well, I mean, we have a little bathroom here and like they all get the order. Like everyone gets an order in line and they know it's time to go in there and do your business.
Aw.
It was really cute. And I was like, so, make sure they're wearing pull-ups,
Yes.
Of course, they're in pull-ups. So I do remember that. And I remember we were going to Greece in, he's a 2014 baby. In 2017, we were going to Greece that summer, the whole family, the first time ever. And I was thinking, wait a second. I cannot have him potty trained for this trip. My life will be way easier if he's in pull-ups. So I delayed until after we got back to really go full on. So that's how now he was 3. Well, I'm going to be 3 because
Yeah.
he turned 3 in November. So I did not even try it at 2.5. I was like, nope, we need diapers on this airplane ride to make my life
Well, it's
easier.
interesting because it's so much easier
Yeah.
for us to pee in the first place,
Not
When
on
you're-
an airplane.
When you're a dude, the
2
world is
years
your
old.
toilet,
Right, and then you
can go
find
anywhere.
it really fun. And you're like, I need to go potty, and they don't have like a little step up. Like kids are too small, so then what? You're just holding them, hovering over the toilet.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like,
never thought
That's
about
why it's
that.
probably easier for girls.
It's not.
You guys could just
Yeah, you just sit on that little
Guess you just-
baby Bjorn potty thing.
Yeah.
Boys should just sit
Do
down,
your
I guess.
business.
Teach them to sit.
Yeah.
I'd be like, here's a cup.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So
And there are
Sam,
some people who need potty training as adults when they drink because they pee in their toy chest.
Good
Sam
luck.
and Kevin, I think your private beach spot that you always go to in Galveston, I went this weekend.
Yeah.
Took my dog. It's not private anymore. Like, there's a ton of people in that spot now.
I've noticed that. Last summer,
Like,
it was like
it's
a
not
lot,
so
a lot
tucked
of
away
people.
anymore.
Yeah, well, it was still tucked away, right, Kevy? But it just seems like more people kind of found out about the parking lot, and now it's like,
Well, is it because Stewart Beach has isn't there some part of Stewart Beach that they're working on? So maybe it's driving people more towards there.
it's making people
I didn't know
explore.
that, but also sometimes I don't believe that Ryan actually found it. He says he found it, but there's
Oh.
I'll tell you off air.
2 or 3 that look just
That's very
like it.
true. That's
and
true.
if it's on a weekend, naturally Galveston has more people on the weekend. And Sam and I go on a Friday
beautiful.
where it is actually
People are working.
doesn't matter. It's just not a lot of people in Galveston on a Friday morning and afternoon.
Especially because we go as soon as
Yeah,
the
well,
show's
10:30
off. We're like,
clocking-
okay, bye.
That'll
yeah.
help.
So yeah, I guess off the air you can show me where you mean, but
Okay.
I still feel like it's private enough to where
Yes.
it still has its allure.
I just thought
No
I
bathrooms,
really
Nope, no bathrooms.
no.
Find the
That's
dunes.
The dunes
that's
with the snakes.
problem.
I'm totally cool with that. I like peeing outside.
Really?
Yes.
You just go into
girl.
the big ocean toilet that we got down
Right,
there.
or that.
Yeah.
Because it's frowned
That's why it's
upon
brown.
for
Thanks,
people to
Kevin.
pee outside.
Now,
So
I did
if I
get in
get
the
I'm
water
like,
for a little
"Yay."
bit because I took my dog. I really is probably
You got
the
in
last.
the water? Was it cold?
Yeah, but my dog is like near the end, and I just wanted her to have a beach experience one last time. So she got a little too deep and then fell in, and I went in, and the water's cold.
I'm sure it
It's
is.
not really swimmable right now.
Yeah.
What? It's not? Gosh,
Well,
I thought
it's
it was
nice
right
last week.
now.
I see
loved
people
it.
swimming all
I mean-
last 3 weeks.
Yeah, the kids loved it
But
last
for
week.
me, I guess I'm
But kids can
a
go in.
wimp.
Kids can
Kids
go in
can.
anything.
Kids have a different temperature gauge than we do.
Yes.
We're like, ooh, that's cold. Kids are like, this is amazing.
My stock tank pool said it was 80 degrees, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cold.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was like, this is
I feel like it's going to be like 89.
89 is like soup.
No,
That is
94.
like-
90's
94 is soup.
yeah, 90.
89 is like,
Yeah, when you got a big pool,
right.
Uh-huh.
especially if it's deeper.
Yeah.
The deeper it
is,
Mine's
the
just
colder
like
it
one
is.
Yeah, you can get,
layer.
I think 87 and 90 is a good spot. In the summertime, though, in July, it's 94. You're like, oh, it's.
Yeah.
No, it's too
when
hot.
it's 90 and it's 95 outside.
That's when you need that water fountain.
No, when I
thing to
that
shoot
year
on
I
your
did
head.
the ice experiment. I put 200 pounds of ice in my pool.
Oh
it
my
lasted,
God.
Did that work?
No, it lasted maybe 7 minutes and it did nothing.
Oh.
But then they get those,
200 pounds
get
of
those
ice.
chillers, I hear, but
I know.
I hear it only knocks it down like 3 degrees and you're paying like $8,000 or something.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and it's a
Screw
big
that.
apparatus.
Yeah. No, thanks.
I don't want that.
I want to get one for my stock tank pool. You know, everybody's
pools.
about the ice plunge.
Yeah.
Like how people are like ice baths in the plunge. Instead of buying the ice bags, there's a new like contraption that you can kind of just plug in. So I want to do it in my stock tank pool. I'll let you know. It's like only $500.
Let me
But,
get
but why do you want an ice plunge? That's not comfortable.
It wouldn't be that cold because of how big our stock tank pool is compared to
How big is
the
that thing?
plunge that people use.
you fit 3
is,
people in it, or?
Yeah, ours is 8 foot. So you
Wide?
can fit. Yes, it's 8
How
feet
deep
wide.
is it?
It's like 3 feet deep.
Okay.
So it's
just
about
like
the size of like a hot tub then.
No, I would say a hot tub's much deeper.
Okay.
Remember that time, Ryan? You spent like $27,000 and built
Oh,
a
my God.
hot tub in your house.
Yeah, I was just.
Tell me you're a swinger. Tell me you're a swinger.
I was saying
you
the swingers.
You couldn't get like a.
Wait, a
because-
hot tub inside your house?
No,
No,
like,
no.
In
They're
his
talking
bedroom,
about
just
that would at least
So-
make sense. At least they could use it.
This is just like months before I'm getting
Instead
divorced.
of building
Yeah.
a pool, he
we
built
couldn't
a
build
hot
a pool
tub.
because the backyard was too tiny and the
Gotcha.
easement
I
they
just
wouldn't
laughed.
let
I'm
you.
like, dude, what are you building this for?
It was so dumb. And then like a month later,
Especially in
I'm out the door.
Houston.
Yeah, it sounds like you could use it like 2 days a year.
Yeah, it was a
My
bad,
dad keeps saying that. He's
call.
like, you guys should get a heater in this. I'm like, Dad, for what reason? We should get an icer so we
If
can
you had
use
to
it.
pick.
Like, yeah,
Get
year
cooled
round.
off.
You just don't use a hot tub. I've got a hot tub attached to my pool right now, and the only thing that it's ever used for is like when my nephews,
They can swim in
kids,
it.
They
Yeah.
get it. They get in it. They like it.
It's fun to
and
be in
that's
it when it's
about
hot for a little bit and then jump in the pool.
Yeah.
And at least you feel cooler.
And your body's like, ugh.
Yeah, first world problems.
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
like having it. I don't like
Exactly.
getting in
I like
it.
it.
All right, coming up next in Celebrity Scoop. Oh my goodness, I didn't know this was a mystery we needed to be solved, but it's gotten solved. Why does Yoda talk like that? George Lucas did a conference and people asked him, what's up with Yoda? Like when you created Yoda. And he explains why he made Yoda talk like that.
Because Revenge of the Sith came out. They re-released it this weekend.
I can't keep track,
I'm
man.
like, that's how I know I'm old. When people are like, oh, let's go see it. I'm like, I remember seeing it in the theater.
That's 20 years ago.
We were here.
All right, a Secret Sound is kicking off today, too. We'll give you more details on that. Here's your weather for today.
It's going to be cloudy, high at 85 right now, 73 degrees and 6:13 on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Celebrity Scoop. On the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
It's brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas, and today we begin the Secret Sound once again.
This is such a fun game.
The Secret Sound. It is an everyday sound. And when you find out what it is, you're like, oh, man, I should have gotten that. So it's $104 right out the gate. That's what the first sound is worth. If you guess that sound, okay, you win $104. If the 104th caller does not guess that sound, we add $104. Every time the Secret Sound goes guessed incorrectly, we add $104. So it could be in the $800, $900,
Oh, we've gotten that into the
$2,000
thousands.
range.
And a lot of people already know. They know when the first time we're going to play.
Right, because if you text the word secret to 37530, we're going to send you the times for the entire week that we're going to play this game. 5 times a day, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. If you text the word secret to 37530, we will text you the exact times we're going to play the
I
game.
love playing games and giving away money to locals.
Yes.
I know sometimes a lot of stations have to do national contests because they don't want to invest the money in
the
Houston,
market. Yeah.
in the market. It's how it is nowadays. But that's what I love about KRB, man.
Yep.
They take
We do both.
Town.
yeah, yep, do both. But at least we can do a lot of local stuff.
Right, it's true. All right, if you are a Star Wars fan, I don't know if this has been a burning question for like the super Star Wars fans that live for every recut, remake, reimagination, glittering of every version of every movie you've seen 15 times.
What George Lucas did before he sold Star Wars to Disney
for $4 billion, which they turned into $15 billion.
He just wanted to go back and correct some of the bad special effects. Because remember, the first Star Wars was made in 1976. It debuted in 77, but they used models and claymation, and he just really wanted to bring it up to speed, make it look good.
But that's part of the allure
Nostalgia.
to it, and
Right.
the nostalgia to
That's
it.
what they
Like, it's-
had.
That's
But
what was
let's
fun
face
about it.
He could
Yeah.
he could bilk a new generation,
Yeah.
Well, George Lucas
make more money off him.
was being interviewed during the 45th anniversary of the screening of The Empire Strikes Back.
Which is the best one, by the way.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
I don't remember which one is which.
That's the one
I
where
only
Luke
saw
gets his
Return of the
hand cut
Jedi.
off.
Like, which one has the Ewoks? I like that one.
That's the one that I saw, Kev. Return of the Jedi.
Jedi.
I liked as a little kid, but
And by the way, can we sidebar? Because I'm just now today in 2025 having a real life revelation of how massive this gift was at Christmas. Remember how we were talking about in the 80s? It was impossible to own a VHS tape like that because they were so expensive.
Yeah.
So we had this one magical family friend. She was magical. Betty, we loved her so much. She is the woman who gave us the fanciest gift under the tree. And there's 5 of us, right? And that's a lot of kids to shop for. And her presents were always so beautifully wrapped. There was always a trinket it was always something high end amazing. She gave us the VHS tape of Return of the Jedi when I was a kid.
Wow.
I didn't even know what that was. I didn't even know what the franchise was.
you didn't watch the first two.
We had
probably
never,
cost
I
her
had
over
never
$100
heard of
bucks.
that. Yeah, now knowing what that was, she must have spent over $100 on that, maybe $200. I don't know what VHS tapes cost back then, but that's how I watched the
I'd
one
say
with the
about
Ewoks.
100.
Yep.
Because Return of the Jedi, that's me and my brother were like, oh my God, what is this show? Nobody told us there was a 1 and 2. We were like, oh, this is amazing.
right?
I only saw Return of the Jedi.
That's funny.
My parents didn't know what Star Wars was. They were like, oh,
What
okay,
are
we're gonna-
these spaceships?
We
Little
watched the
furry guy.
Bonanza. We watched the Bonanza. Anyway.
Big furry guy, little furry guy.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on?
So in the interview during the Empire Strikes Back anniversary, so he was asked, why does Yoda speak the way he does? And George Lucas's answer is this: because if you speak regular English, people will not listen that much. But if he had an accent where it's really hard to understand what he's saying, they focus on what he's saying.
That's a good idea.
He was basically the philosopher of the movie. I had to figure out a way to get people to actually listen, especially 12-year-olds.
That's smart.
That is really genius. Good
I
for you,
mean,
George Lucas.
He's a little green dude puppet guy, so I was going to pay attention anyway.
To me, Yoda always
An
sounded
old
like
man with
This
crazy
guy-
hair.
what the hell's with this little
crazy
weirdo?
hair on his ears.
he sounded like Grover, from Sesame Street, because it was the same voice. Frank Oz did the voice of Yoda, but he also was the voice of
Going on
Grover.
the car started.
Okay.
I
have no
didn't know
idea.
that. That's one of those factoids of movies.
You didn't know that?
And I had no idea until I was a day years old. Yeah, I never knew the same
He's the
person
voice of
who
Miss
did the voice.
Piggy, and he's the voice of
Wow.
Yoda.
Oh, I am so glad you are here.
He's the only game in town.
That's
back then.
Oh my goodness! But anyone can do that. That's not a hard voice to do.
You're just smart.
Yeah, but in the 70s, once you were in a voice role,
Yeah.
you were the person.
Oh, wow.
Plus, puppeteers were weirdos.
Why
People
were they
thought-
weirdos?
Just people thought they were weird. I mean, just thought they were weird. Grown men playing with little dolls and making puppet noises. That's weird to people.
It's called movie magic. That's what it's called.
Saturday Night Live, remember?
If you say it
That
like
movie?
that, it is weird. But when you're in the realm of movie magic, it's not weird. You're like, this is your role. You're going to
Like
be
Jim
the
Henson
puppet
was on
master.
SNL, the first episode? There was that
That's
movie?
right. Yeah, the Saturday Night Live movie that's on Peacock.
And
now.
everyone's kind of making fun of him, like Jim Henson's weird.
Why are they bringing a puppeteer in?
Okay, you want to know what's weird? Here's what's weird. Over the weekend, Bill Belichick did a CBS News Sunday morning interview about a book he has written. So it's called The Art of Winning: Lessons from a Life in Football, because obviously he's a legendary NFL coach
I think
with the Patriots,
The
with
Art
Tom
of
Brady.
Dating. How to pull a 24-year-old when you're 80.
Yeah, this is very odd.
looks
His
like a
girlfriend
grandchild.
is 50 years younger than him, which is disgusting.
Oh, that's gross.
That is disgusting.
It is.
Now, for some reason, the only reason I'm even bringing this up, because I think it's so odd, I don't even care, is because it almost seems like if the roles were reversed, people would say this girl needs help, she's being kidnapped and she's being trafficked. If a 24-year-old girl was giving an interview and her 50 years older than her boyfriend was in the sidelines, hovering over the interview and cutting in when you don't want her to answer something, everyone would be like, get this girl some help.
Yeah.
The opposite happened to Bill Belichick. His 24-year-old girlfriend, Jordan, was off the mic watching the interview get done, and she would interject when she didn't want things to be
She
happening.
wouldn't leave. She stayed.
She
in
wouldn't
there.
leave. So listen to this audio clip of the CBS interview where Bill Belichick is being interviewed, and Jordan Hudson keeps interjecting herself, and it's not nice.
And if you don't know Bill Belichick, like, he's a badass coach. Like, he's a
Legendary.
He's kind of a jerk. Like, he's got. you think
He's never
cojones.
been. He's
You don't
never
see
been
him this-
personality. You've never seen him for every Super Bowl when he was here for
He was in the
2017,
Tom Brady roast.
2004. He's just like always has a crap face, like
Yeah.
crap sandwich face, and he's like he doesn't play.
Seems really serious.
Just seem like
Yeah, he
nobody
does
would
not
bust-
play along.
Nobody
No
would bust him
personality.
around. You don't think anybody would bust him around, but
Apparently.
Listen to this audio clip. It's so awkward.
Make sure that that's the philosophy.
Jordan was a constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No.
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on, though Hudson has recently posted about it on Instagram.
You joined InstaFace, as you put it. I love that.
Calls it
There's some
InstaFace.
great pictures of you and Jordan where you're a fisherman and she's a mermaid. It's charming. It's a different side of you. What's the reaction been like?
What's it been like?
To have these different sort of photos. There's another one where you're doing, I know you're not into meditation or yoga or Pilates. You're balancing Jordan on your feet and she's doing kind of the Titanic pose.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yeah, so I'm on some of those social media platforms, but I honestly don't follow them.
That's not even an answer.
Like, does somebody need to do a
That's not-
wellness check on Belichick?
Where are you?
I'm not kidding you. If that was a man
So weird.
doing that to a 24-year-old
Yeah.
girl who's 50, if it was a 74-year-old man and a 24-year-old girl, they'd be like, oh my God, this girl needs help. She's trapped in this relationship.
just hilarious.
So weird,
That's how
right?
he is, though. He's just a weird dude.
He is a weird dude.
Why
By the
was
way,
it
I
so
Googled
off
how
topic?
they met. I Googled how they met. According to the story,
Uh-huh.
they
Yeah,
were
they'd
on
be-
the same flight.
That's what it
And
was.
he
like-
commented on a book she had.
Oh.
Yeah, eye roll. That
And then he
seems
signed it
suspicious.
for her. And that's how they got
She
connected.
had that all staged,
On the
all planned.
book.
She knew what she was going to do.
What was the book?
No, I don't know about that, Ryan. How am I going to know
Diary of a Wimpy Kid or something?
that I'm going to
She
sit
was-
next to Bill Belichick?
What are those?
She's reading
She's like
Diary of a
12.
Wimpy Kid.
You would have to follow his itinerary and make
What's
sure
one
you
with
can
the
sit next to him
diaper?
on the
What's
plane.
that one?
Right.
Captain Underpants.
Yeah, it's not premeditated.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good book. My grandchildren read that book.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Wait till you get to the third book.
Can we, and, you know, I mean, this is scoop, but it's also just regular. We'll talk about it, I guess, in the next hour because we only have so much time per hour. But this whole thing with Deion Sanders' kid in the NFL draft.
Oh yeah, the big prank call. I want
my
Kevin to hear.
God.
This is how a prank call gets viral.
Boom, roasted,
Okay.
Kevin.
I mean, you can't do this. What they did
You want to do it next or we
because
do
it's
it
not
next
funny.
hour?
At least Kevin's are funny.
No.
These guys-
6 o'clockers can hear this.
Yeah, we can play
We'll do it
We can
next.
play because we want to talk about a couple things. Because Ryan, we had a listener on Friday that bought
Around
her
this
first
time.
house. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was really so excited,
With her 10-year-old son.
but they couldn't afford furniture. So you were nice enough to take them out
Get
this
'em some
weekend to buy them
furniture.
some furniture.
Yeah, it was fun.
Cool. We got
Tell
a
you about
weekend update. Weekend update. Saturday Night Live. Weekend update next on the Roula and Ryan Show there.
From the Bell Furniture Unbeatable Prices Traffic Desk on the North Sam Houston Park.
was very nice.
So
she got her couch.
So yeah, that was it, And then she said, "Oh, well, we took, she wanted to take some pictures. We took some pictures, and she posted. I haven't posted yet. I'll go ahead and do that as soon as we wrap this segment up.
I guess she posted on Facebook because my friend HP, Kev, you know him from Sit Means Sit,
Means Dogs,
and they're friends. And he's like, "Oh, she's been going through a lot of stuff, and it's really awesome what Ryan did for her."
What she has gone through, and I don't want to. It's her story to tell. I'm not going to tell it. But I was just so impressed. And I think it's just all about paying it forward. I've gone through some really difficult times in the last couple of months, and I had people that I didn't even know that supported me and helped me. So I just figured I'm a link in a chain. It's my turn to help. And, I'm sure she will too. She's a good person. And her son was just
he really excited?
Charming. Oh, yeah. Just a really well-behaved young man. And I just, I felt good.
That's awesome.
So we called her Jane on Friday. So, Jane, if you're hearing this right now, let us know. Text us at 37530. Did anything come of the emails that you exchanged with people that wanted to give you furniture?
And I'm curious about that. If she got some extra stuff, I hope to fill that house.
Oh, yeah.
So nice.
So when I used to do pest control, I used to see houses
that were empty.
Yeah, they were empty. These were like beautiful houses. I'm like, wow.
Why do you think that is? Because
they spent all the money on the mortgage.
People go house poor.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying
they
that
don't
she
have
did
money.
that. I'm
No.
not stating that, but that's what it's called. House poor is when you
Okay.
spend all the
Right.
money on the house and then you can't furnish it.
Yeah, that's really tough.
That's why people need those.
Yeah.
Where they can't pay, you get full 18 months interest-free type stuff.
Yeah.
Or even
People
like
need
Kev
to
and
try.
I use gently used things. Facebook Marketplace is also a great idea. If
Oh,
you,
I love Facebook
I know.
Marketplace.
I actually just sold a washer and dryer on Facebook Marketplace
You
yesterday,
did it.
Kev, and I was so
Now,
proud.
do they come to your house and get it? Or
They
you
did,
meet
and
them?
you're probably like stranger danger. And I was like, ooh.
Stranger danger.
We moved the washer and dryer out on the porch, so they didn't have to come to my house. It was. I am not trying to change this subject. I'm sorry, but this one lady came because I said, "Hey, I'm not
You
able.
haul it. We're
I'm
not hauling it
yes,
for you.
thank you.
Yeah.
I am not hauling it. We put it out on the porch. You can look at it and everything. This lady came. She manhandled this herself.
And you live 5 steps to your porch. It's not like it's straight up from the street.
Wait, she
Mark-
did this all on her own?
She did it all on her own. Mark was like assisting. He's like, I can help. She's
Wow.
like, nope, I know how to do this. Kev, you would have been so impressed. I should have filmed her. She put it on the dolly.
Yeah.
She manhandled it down the steps. She had a pickup truck. She went down on the street and just like,
Yeah, she got it
Heaved it
hooked on the
up.
edge
Wow.
like we do. Yeah, and then you pop
oh my
it up.
God. I was like, girl,
Wow.
you are a BA. I was like, what the heck? I was like, this was so impressive. And I just kept staring there watching her, like not helping. But yeah,
Did
it
you
was.
have to haggle, or did you just say, it's
I
$400?
said a certain
boom.
price, and she's like, "Hey, I will come before 3 p.m. $50 less than what I put." I didn't even try and negotiate halfway. I was like, "Get it out of my house. Get it out of my
Yeah.
house."
Yeah.
So she
Get it
gave you
away.
50 less than what
Yes.
she said she would.
We
But she held
had
it
a
on her
washer
own.
and dryer in my mom's guest room for months now. That does because
they were
Just
not
sitting there
work or
collecting
something,
dust.
or
I wonder
why?
if that's a strategy
Why?
where they think.
because my husband drives me nuts and loves to do this stuff. He likes to buy new things, and then he's like, "We're gonna fix it. We're gonna sell it. We're gonna
Fix the old
resell it."
one.
And fix the old one because it was like you need to recalibrate it. And I was like, "Bro, you should have recalibrated it when it was still plugged in."
Yeah.
Right.
No,
So
but
you
it's
sold it
sitting
now.
in my mom's guest room.
Yeah.
So she had a washer and dryer in the past guest room. I feel like, swear to God, maybe a year.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
So the two of you, Kevin and Sam, you do all this Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Is that like a common strategy where they bait you and say, I'm going to give you this money, but when they show up, they're going to give you less?
no, you
Def-
settle on the price before they show up, right?
Oh, it's unfortunately,
Sometimes-
Rula, they'll try to haggle you once
Yeah.
more
They
know
when they
you
come.
want to get
no,
rid of it.
that's
But
So
they look
bad.
at it, they'll say, oh, well, see this. I didn't know this corner
Right.
was.
Eric
and
is
this
right.
lady just was like, "Here's the cash." I was like,
Let's
"Perfect,
go.
let's go." And I was like, "Thank God you're not a scammer."
Well, what I will say
kind of
is,
is.
just before you get here, this is our final price that we're agreeing on, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
Non-negotiable.
No,
Yeah, this is
Non-negotiable.
non-negotiable.
And
This
you
is
have
it.
to take it away.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know that.
Yeah.
And
Non-negotiable.
it's not, we're not Costco here, people.
Yeah, I know. It's taking back future years.
Can't get a,
By the way, I
You
want to
got
throw
like
this out
samples
there.
in your front yard?
no, they can't return it like
Yeah,
this.
I
It
know.
doesn't work.
For anybody struggling with, like Jane wanting to furnish her house, it's very hard and you're trying to find places. I've always heard about the Furniture Bank. The Furniture Bank is a place where they have discounted or donated furniture, bedding, and other household items that you can get for low or donation,
Awesome.
like depending
That's
on
good to
your
know.
situation.
Yeah.
It's called the Furniture Bank. Look it up, the Furniture Bank. It's on Mosley Road. And I've heard about that place for years because people say, oh, donate to the Furniture Bank.
That's awesome.
So it's a place, if you think in your house right now, you're looking at, donate it to the furniture bank.
Seriously, get
Hey,
it
yo,
out.
it's time for What's Going Down in H-Town on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRVE.
All right, let's keep with the theme of paying it forward. Head coach Ime Udoka of the Houston Rockets donated his entire $1.8 million bonus and endorsement contract to charities and homeless support organizations right here in Houston.
Oh, man, that's impressive.
Yeah. Now,
Imagine you get a bonus for $2 million, basically.
Yeah, almost $2 million, and he donates it all to charity. His quote was, "Growing up, I witnessed firsthand how poverty and instability can derail the lives of talented, driven people. I've been fortunate enough to be in a position where I can give back, and it's something I believe in deeply. Basketball gave me the opportunity, but community gives us purpose." Now, Rockets owner Tillman Fertitta applauded Udoka. I can just say Udoka. Is that
Udoka.
how you... Udoka. Yeah, okay.
So Ime.
Yeah,
okay, Ime. Yeah. Tillman really gave him props. He says Ime has always brought integrity, empathy, and intensity to everything he does. This donation only underscores the kind of leader and human being that he is. That's a really great story, though.
I'd be like, yeah, why don't you match me, Tillman?
Right? That's what I was thinking. I thought that's where this was going.
I gave everyone free appetizers at 2 of my stores. You want some jalapeno poppers? We don't have those.
No.
But we have lots of calamari.
Free calamari for everyone. All right, coming up next, usually on Wednesdays or Fridays, we'll do a prank call featuring Special K. Now, we were talking about this prank that happened with Deion Sanders' kid Schroeder over the weekend. Even if you don't follow sports, this came across your timeline or somewhere on your radar because you could not escape this NFL story about the draft. And I need some explanation from Eric because he's the one that follows sports the most. And also, you got to hear how he got punked thinking he's getting drafted.
I want Kevin since he's the prank master. Ooh. You've been pranking people for a long time. Want to get a good career out of it.
The prank master.
You're gonna call Deion Sanders next, Kevin.
And what I'd like to see what you would have done
this differently.
and listen to the prank because I think you will be shocked at how underwhelming it is.
Oh, it's underwhelming.
It is underwhelming.
To have this prank power.
You're like, that's it? That's all they did?
That's what you do? That's all you got?
You'll hear it next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.